Welcome back, guys. In this last video lecture, we will go over the difference between for and while loop. So as you can see here, guys, for needs a control statement, and this control statement indicates the starting point, the number of iterations, and the ending point. So inside for, if I need to use for, I should know what is the number of iterations, what is the number of repetitions, alright? While while is used if I don't know the number of iterations, but I know the condition to stop this or to stop the repetition of these iterations. Like this case, guys, if the total, which means here in this example, if the total sum exceeds 50, you should stop your execution. So while total is less than 50, I'm gonna keep the execution of this block of comments. This is the main difference between for and while. So I'm gonna repeat, for is used mainly if I know the number of iterations, while is used mainly if I know the condition to stop these iterations. Now, in both cases, I can use for and while. However, if I know the number of iterations and I'm going to use while, this will be somehow more complicated, but I can do it. How? Basically, guys, you start, if I need to convert this for into while, what you should do is to, first of all, define this n, because this n is defined in the control statement if for is used. Now, if while should be used, I'm going to first define this n, and I'm going to use here while instead of for, and the condition will be when n is less than the ending point that was defined in the control statement of for. So this is basically when I use the while. I should say I should define n, put the condition, and then I should increment this n. Because in fact, all these data, and of course should increment this n before the end of this while loop. Because in fact, guys, this n is equal to 1, this condition and this increment are basically defined, all of them, in one control statement for for. And that's why, guys, if you use while instead of for and you know the number of iterations, it will be somehow complicated because you should define n, put the condition, and then increment this n. Now what if I'm gonna do the opposite? I know the condition, and I should convert this while into for. How to do this? Basically, guys, you should use inside for an if break, and we will see how. What we should do here, since I don't know the number of iterations, is to use a very large number of iterations so that I am sure that the valid number of iterations will be inside this big number. So what I'm going to do is to say, for let's say iteration is going from 1 till 1000. I'm sure, guys, that in 1000 iteration I'm gonna exceed this 50. Alright? So of course if you sum up, let's say 1000 integers, you will of course exceed this 50. So that's why I'm using a very big number. Then here what I'm gonna do is to use if total is equal to 50, or if total is greater than 50, break. What does this mean? So what I did here, guys, so I'm gonna remove the while loop, or I can keep it to see the difference between them. I'm gonna use, I used a very large number of iterations. I incremented n, and then I do the sum. And then whenever the total exceeds 50, I did the break. So I make a stop for this number of iteration. So guys, this if and break means please go out from this loop. So this break here, guys, will make me go out from this for loop because I exceeded 50. So this is how you can replace this while if you don't know the number of iterations, but you want to use the for loop. This is how you can do it. So basically, guys, this is the main difference between while and for. Thank you.